All right, good evening, everyone. This is Anthony Garcia with Trader's Ultimate Edge. Let's look at what happened this past week and what we might expect for the week forward. So let's first go back to November 3rd over here. This was the day of the Fed meeting when the markets just pushed right through this big dotted line right here. That's the big daddy trend line. It pushed right through that area with no resistance whatsoever. And then it shot up here at all-time highs a few days later. And then last week came back down, finally tested the trend line, broke through it, and fell down. That was the day that we had the inflation data come out, and then it fell once the bond auction hit. The inflation data didn't really push it down; the bond auction did. So once it fell, it slowly reclimbed, and then right here, in a very interesting move, there was actually a short squeeze in the markets. Everybody had been going short off this area of resistance right here. Everybody expected it to stay resistance, so you just had a whole bunch of short sellers stuck in the market. As soon as it broke this area, it flew up on high volume and broke that short squeeze. Sat around here for a minute, and then it, at the very end of the day, busted back up above the trend line. So I love that it retested the trend line finally and then got back up above it. It took a few days to do it. That's fine. This big trend line, all of my clients should be aware at this point, but the trend line that I'm talking about is this big one, main trend line from post-coronavirus, goes all the way back here to the beginning of April. Okay, so that's the trend line that we're looking at right there. We'll zoom back down here. Now that we've retaken it and we got all the short sellers out of the market there with that big short squeeze, we can we can kind of move forward from this fall last week. This I don't believe this was really fundamentals based for reasons I talked about in the recap from this day, the recap from the 10th. You can go back and listen to that, and you can hear all of my reasons why I don't believe that's fundamentals based. So, nonetheless, I think we're right back up where we should be, and I think we're going to follow this trend line higher this week. That's what I'm expecting this week, is a move upwards. Now, it's important to note that we have really nothing of any interest coming this week. It's going to be the week of the 15th. So we do have a manufacturing index. That'll be interesting. Retail sales is actually of interest to me. It's going to talk a little bit about economic recovery or not, but I don't expect a huge surprise here either way. We do have building permits, housing starts, which will be interesting as well. And then I think Thursday will probably be the biggest stuff that's going on Thursday. We'll have jobless claims. We want to see low jobless claims. We want to see now just the economy recovering. So that's really all that's coming next week. Nothing crazy, nothing to really upset the market as far as economic news goes. And I think that we should hopefully have a fairly steady climb up this week. Should be able to retest this level, and then we'll see if the markets can push past it. Nonetheless, this will be a great week, I think, to sell premium, sell credit into the markets. So we are going to have another wonderful week. Last week we were 7-0 on the trades that I alerted, and I know my clients made a whole bunch of money. So next week we are fixing to do the same. So you all have a great rest of your evening. I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.